Let's bring on board Samit Chavan and Ashish Kayal. They're here with us on the show. Samit, start off with you and your views on the index.
Good afternoon to both of you. Nifty has given decent recovery in the recent past after retesting Brexit lows of 7926. Yesterday we saw a remarkable rally to almost surpass the recent swing highs of 80 to 50, and today we are seeing a subdued movement. But due to this last 2 days price movement, the Nifty has confirmed its hat of high bottom formation on daily chart. So thus we would continue with our optimistic view, and we expect now this bounce back to extend towards 8380, 8400, which would be seen as an immediate resistance zone. And on the lower side now, 8200, 8150 would act as a very strong support.
Okay, Ashish, hi afternoon. What is your strategy for the index today?
Hi afternoon to you as well. See, one very important thing to observe is that after the RBI policy announcement, which maintaining the status quo was bearish for the markets, but despite that, when index Nifty managed to take out 8,200, that represents that the negativity is already digested, and what we are headed for is a higher level from here on. Also, one important thing to observe is that after the recent sell-off which we saw from around 8,600 to 7,900, I think that leg is complete, and we are now in a retracing leg which is going to be in 3 waves. We are already started C wave on the upside, and this leg can now move towards the level of 8,400. So as long as at the lows 8,050 to 8,100 level is protected, I think we should see on the card 8,350 to 8,400 levels, where C is equality with A, and also given that the negative event did not produce the desired outcome, this shows that there is some inherent strength at least for next few days in the index.
Okay, your top picks, Ashish?
The first topic is going to be Infosys. I think there was a lot of pessimism revolving around the IT index just few days back, and everyone was expecting that IT index is going to be the underperformer. But the way overall Infosys has outperformed, I think there is now time when things will be uncertain in future for few weeks. Infosys should continue to outperform, and one can create long position in this stock, keeping a stop loss of 965 for the target level of 1045 on upside. The next pick is buy on CESC. It has formed a classical inverse head and shoulder pattern and has given a very strong breakout above the neckline in today's session. As of now, it is sustaining above the neckline as well. So I think this stock can move towards the target level of 660, which is as per the head target. So one can create long positions on CESC, keeping a stop loss of 590 for the target of 660 on the upside. And the third call is on the sell side is Crompton Greaves. This stock had a gap down opening just 2 days back, and when majority of the stocks have started outperforming both from mid cap and small cap space, this stock has continued to drift sideways after a gap down opening. So there looks to be some inherent weakness in the stock, and it should eventually break the lows which it formed around 60 levels and should move towards the level of 57 on downside. So any pullback should be utilized as a shorting opportunity in Crompton Greaves, keeping a stop loss of 66 for the target level of 57.50.
Your top recommendations then? Samit, your top picks?
First buy call would be on Biocon. Our first buy call would be on Biocon. This stock has been outperforming since last many months. It has already completed its corrective move and is now heading higher. Today it has given a breakout on daily chart with decent rising volumes. Thus going ahead, we expect the stock to climb towards 972, which would be our near-term target, and stop loss would be placed around 924. Our other buy would be on Tata Motor DBR. This stock has undergone a lot of price-wise correction in the recent past. However, since last couple of weeks, this stock has been consolidating around its strong support of 290, 295. Yesterday we saw a decent price volume breakout beyond its resistance of 300 on a closing basis, and today we are seeing a subdued movement, but we would interpret this as a buying opportunity for a target of 324, and we would place a stop loss at 294.
Okay, let's bring on board Mubina then and chat about some of the big buzzers in trade, and of course get your trading strategy along with it as well. Mubina, what's the first stock on your radar?
Well, it has to be Puravankara Projects, which is currently in fact trading at the day's high, 9% counting of gains coming in for that one. Now, while the top line was a bit muted, it was down by about 11%. The margins more than made up for it. The EBITDA, of course, did lead the growth over there, 22.5% higher for that one, coming in at 121 crore rupees, which did lead to a margin expansion of almost about 90 basis points, that is 23% to 32%. And moving on, there's net profit as well, which grew by 56% at 42 crore rupees from 27 crore rupees. So that's the reason why you're seeing the stock active in trade.
Okay, let's get in a call then. And Ashish, come to you. Puravankara on the charts.
Sorry?
Puravankara on the charts, given the stellar rally.
See, Puravankara, I think, has managed to outperform strongly, and it, as rightly pointed out, this stock has been trading at the high point of the day. So overall momentum is very strong, and in any kind of a momentum stock, I think the best strategy will be to hold on to the positions unless and until we see a close below the previous day's low. So the best strategy is to keep the stop loss of the previous day's low, and as long as that is protected, I think one can now expect some kind of a movement on upside from here. Further upside towards 10% is possible in this stock.
Okay, Mubina, what else is on your radar then?
Sun TV, really, this stock has been active since the last couple of sessions. In fact, it has ran up almost about 20% in the last 5 sessions, and today as well it is the top gainer not only on the mid-cap index, but it's also driving the gains for the entire media space. In fact, it is one of the top gainers on the media index as well. Strong volumes, almost 2 times the last 5-day average, and if you look at it, since the last 11 sessions, it has been in the green for at least 7 of them. Now, a couple of interesting developments really that have taken place in the space. Firstly, the INB Ministry has renewed permission granted to channels given security cases, and that there is no case pending in any court against any of the 33 channels. Further, analysts say that the strong ad revenue forecast is a positive and that it continues to gain market share in the Telugu markets.
Okay, that's the word coming in, and Sun TV and why it's buzzing. Ashish, how should Sun TV be traded now, given how strong the build-up in the stock has already been this past week?
The overall trend for Sun TV had been positive. It moved from the levels of 340 to the highs of 560, and then we saw some kind of a correction of 50%, which was around 440 levels. So given that the overall trend looks healthy, I think right now the stock is somewhere around 516, 517 levels, which is a decent level. Even currently long positions can be created in the stock, but one has to keep a stop loss of around 470. As long as 470 is protected, which is near the low of previous day, I think 470 should be protected, and we can head again towards the level of 560 to 570, which was the previous pivot high. This is from a short-term perspective I am talking about, but if someone wants to create long-term positions or investment positions, I think this is a very good stock at current levels.
A very good stock at the current level. Samit, do you concur?
Yes, certainly. Purely if we look at the overall price chart on monthly time frame, this stock had given a decent breakout during the month of August. Since then it has given a decent rally. However, due to the recent corrective move, this stock has precisely retested its previous breakout point and is now heading higher. So if we have to take a call for at least next 2 to 3 months, this stock has a potential to move towards 600. So any dip would be a buying opportunity in this stock, and 450, 460 seems to be a very strong base.
Mubina, why is CMEC buzzing?
Another result reaction coming in. This one has delivered quite a disappointing set really, with the income from operations coming in at 24.2 crore rupees versus 21.6 crores. So just a very minor uptick really, but on the EBITDA front it has really disappointed. When you look at it, it has come in at 1.8 crore rupees versus 22.5 crore rupees. Apart from that, the margins have come in at 7.5%, because remember that the corresponding quarter did have a loss. And lastly, the loss figure, it's once again posted a loss in the current quarter, but it has been able to narrow that loss figure from 28 crore rupees to 20 crore rupees.
Okay, Mubina, we'll leave it at that. Those are some of the buzzing stocks in trade right now. Let's address some queries then. And our first live caller today, Prashant Chheda, he joins us from the phone line, on the phone line from Mumbai itself. Prashant, hi, good afternoon. How is it that we can help you?
Hi, good afternoon. I've got 500 shares of L&T Finance at the rate of 85, and I can hold it for 1 year or so.
Okay, you want to hold L&T Finance for a year's time frame. Samit, what would you recommend to him? 87.90 is where the stock is right now, pretty close to his acquisition cost.
See, the stock had given us a stupendous rally from March lows. It gave nearly 100% appreciation in merely 6 months. However, since last couple of months, this stock has been consolidating. It's been now undergoing a decent price-wise as well as time-wise correction. So it might take some time, but 80 to 78 seems to be a very strong support for this particular stock. And if he has to take a call for nearly 6 months or 1 year or so, this stock has a potential to surpass its recent highs of 100 and 110. So I would suggest him to hold on to it. Stop loss can be placed at 78, which is a very strong support zone, and once the stock surpasses 90-92 on a closing basis purely with a near term, the stock is likely to head towards its recent highs.
There you have it. That's the view coming in on L&T Finance, and Samit's advice is that you should hold with a stop loss at 78. Next up, we've got a query coming all the way from Dubai, an email query sent in to us from Sinu R. The question is, there's 500 shares of WAPCO purchased at a price point of 42.50. Wants to know whether it should be held onto or it should be sold off. Let's just quickly check in as to what WAPCO is up to in trade right now. And as we speak, the stock is currently holding out at about 5,099. So money being made on this investment. Ashish, do you think that it's a good stock to have? Is there the prospects for further upside?
Yes, absolutely. See, WAPCO has shown very strong rise in the past few years from the lows of 2000. And it touched the highs of 7,500, and that rise was entirely in 5 waves, which is an impulsive structure. And currently the correction which we are seeing from 7,500 over past 1 year has been in a 3 waves formation, A, B and C, and currently we are in the C wave, which should be completing very soon. So the overall structure and pattern looks extremely positive, and one can hold on to this stock keeping a stop loss of 4,400. I know it's little far away, but from medium term perspective, as long as 4,400 is protected, we can again expect it to move towards the level of 6,000. And if someone is a long term investor, I think any dip should be utilized as a buying opportunity in this stock.
Okay, another email query then. Santhanam Roy joins in from Bangalore. It's an email query, in fact. He's bought about 53 shares of M&M at a price level of 1437 per share. Wants to know what he should do. His term horizon is long term. Samit, what would your recommendation be to him? He's looking at a long-term time frame on M&M.
See, clearly this has been our preferred pick within this automobile space. We have been optimistic on this stock. However, this stock has given a decent correction in the recent past, but we would maintain our optimistic view as long as this stock manages to hold its multi-year support of 1100. So I would recommend him a stop loss of 1100 on a closing basis, to be precise 1080. That is a very important support level, and he can hold on to it, and with a near-term to medium-term perspective, this stock has the potential to move towards 1350, 1400, and since he has a 1 year horizon, then definitely he should hold on to it.
Okay, that's the view coming in on M&M. Thanks so much, Ashish and Samit, for joining in and giving us your market views. Tell you what, we'll slip into a short break right here on the show. Stay with us on the other side as we get in Ashish Kapoor, who joins in with his take on the markets.